Guys, this is FX and welcome to my YouTube channel. In continuation of our series of top-down analysis, today we'll be looking at Bitcoin. So just as I've always suggested, if you have any assets or security you'd like us to analyze, kindly do so by letting us know in the comment section. So without wasting much time, let's look at what Bitcoin has for us. So for a while now, Bitcoin has been going in a bullish direction. In other words, it has been going upwards. And from looking at our weekly time frame, we can see that Bitcoin has been making a series of high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and currently that made a higher high. Now, for those that would want to confuse this for a double top, what we need to do is if I remove this, we'll go to the line graph, can see that if I insert a horizontal ray here, can see that it had made a higher high already, as this high is currently is clearly higher than this one below. So having that in mind, the first information we're gathering is that Bitcoin is in a strong bullish trend. So now what else can we get from our weekly time frame? So we can take our rectangle and try to map out levels. Now, levels by way of trying to know our major key points of interest. So I can put this here. Remember, I told us before that to get our key points of interest, we target rejection zones. So areas where we feel that price had either been supported by being rejected from it several times or resisted by being rejected from it several times. So if I should quickly try and just roughly map out the zones, I can say we have this, and this. So now, having this in mind, what else can we get from our weekly time? One thing I would like to quickly bring to our notice is the way Bitcoin has been moving even in the past. So we see that most times it makes a massive move upwards, ranges a lot, another massive leap upwards, ranges a lot, comes down. Now it has made a massive move upwards. So what should we be expecting? Personally, I'll be expecting Bitcoin to make a retracement, but the question would now be a retracement to where? Now, to help us answer that question, let me just quickly include a trend line here. To help us answer that question of a retracement to where, let's include our Fibonacci retracement tool. Now, Fibonacci retracement tool is used mostly for trending markets, or mainly for trending markets, to help us get a level which price could easily retrace to and continue in its initial direction. Now, just to test what these two are done in the past, I'd like to start by placing it here. So when Bitcoin first had a massive move upwards in the past, using the retracement tool, we saw that it came into this zone. Let me use another color for this. It came into this zone, and I call this zone the Fibonacci replacement golden zone, which is the zone between 0.5 and 0.618. And when it came into this zone, after stalling a bit, it moved massively upwards. So let's see if now let's see the level that had it after the second massive movement. So I'm going to take this to bring it to this swing low, and then move it upwards. Voila. Now we can see that it came also again into this zone, into the 50, the 0.5, the zone between the 0.5 and 0.618. Now, because most of the time, this zone has proven in the past to always hold price when it retraces, either it's retracing downwards or retracing back upwards. So this is why I call it my golden zone. So now, having seen that price had done the same thing twice in the past, we can as well try to use this to predict what could happen in the most recent high or the retracement that Bitcoin might be doing next. So what do? I simply take the 2 again, the fib retracement tool, I place it here and then up top. So then I take this horizontal bar again. Let me reduce this and put it here in the 618. Now, there are a few things we should notice here. Aside the fact that we're putting this in this zone between the 0.5 and 0.618, we can see here that the this zone also is coinciding with a very strong resistance zone. What do I mean? Even without the retracement tool, one would be expecting that if price were to drop back into this zone, because it's a very strong resistance zone, how is it strong support zone? How is it a strong support zone? We could see that price was rejected severally from this zone. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 weeks, this support level held price and stopped it from breaking downwards. So it would be reasonable to say that this this support level now also coinciding with our 0.5 and 0.618 fib zone, and also with a third confluence of a trend line. So remember that from what we've drawn, from the way we've drawn our trend line, Bitcoin made one touch here, a second touch. There's a very high probability that it will be making a third touch of this trend line, coinciding with this fib zone. So having this in mind, we can as well go ahead to see if we can predict where this predicts the price that Bitcoin would likely retrace to. Now, how will I do that? I'll simply take a horizontal line and place it within the zone. So from what I'm seeing around the 91,000 dollar price. So let's make it a round figure so that we can get a strong psychological level for where Bitcoin might be coming to. So with this, I can easily predict that Bitcoin will be making a retracement or could be making a retracement back to $91,000 before embarking on another massive move upwards. Now, these are the information that I can gather from just looking at my weekly time frame. However, before this would play out, we can see that Bitcoin is already ranging again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the past 7 weeks. Bitcoin has been ranging again. So to see if we can get anything from the immediate behavior of Bitcoin, we'll go to the daily time frame. Let me take this out. Now from the daily time frame, we can easily put a support here and a resistance here. So we say that market is in a range if it is trading or moving between a support and a resistance. So from what we're seeing, Bitcoin left here, came to this resistance, back to the support, up to the resistance, back to the support, and now it's currently going again towards the resistance. Now, because it had moved, has gotten far from the support zone already, I wouldn't be looking to take any trading opportunity right now. But instead, what I could do would be to wait for price to get to this resistance zone where I can then look for sell opportunities back to the support zone. However, the bigger picture, what I'll be looking out for would be Bitcoin crashing this support zone and coming down to this $91,000 mark before making another massive move upwards. So for those of us that will still be looking at to trade Bitcoin or that are still trading Bitcoin, if I come down to the 4-hour time frame, all you have to do is to patiently wait for price to get up here, and then you can look for sell opportunities to trade it back down. Now, like I had said in my previous videos, what are the things you should look out for when price gets into this resistance if you are looking to sell the market? First, you can look for engulfing candles. So in this case, it will be bearish engulfing candle, or you could look for chart patterns, bearish reversal chart patterns. An example is a head and shoulder pattern, one of my favorites. Another example would be a double top pattern or an evening star. These patterns, when they are present, you can then scale even to the minute time frame to take your trade. Once there's a change of structure, then you take your sell trade down back to the support. So I wouldn't want to make this video too long. Now, my bold statement from my analysis is that in the nearest future, Bitcoin is going to crash back down to $91,000. So take note, if you've not heard that before, you're hearing it first here on my channel. So thank you for watching. Thank you for taking out time to follow our top-down analysis series. And like I had always pleaded before, and I'm pleading again, please like this video, share if you can, and subscribe so that you can get subsequent alerts when another video drops. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this for some time. And if you have any suggestion, please drop it in the comment section and we'll quickly look into it. Thank you once more. Cheers.